tuned in to www.oghuskyradio.com. Broadcasting live from the east side of Los Angeles worldwide every Thursday night. Special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
I go by the name of Move PCN crew, which stands for Painting Cali Nightly, Puro Chiqui Narcos. It's just a joke though. That's just what we call ourselves. But yeah, I go by Move, M-O-V-E, also called the Movement.
Bomber, piecer, what is it you do, man?
I'd like to call myself a self-proclaimed bomber because I suck at tagging.
Yeah, why is that, man? I thought tagging was the first thing though, like.
Not when you start in 06. When you start in 06, you just want to bomb right away. But it doesn't come out clean, so it took me like 4 years to get it right. Maybe more. Maybe I still haven't got it right.
But you're willing to say that. Is it something you continue to work on?
Oh, or? Yeah, I work on throw-ups every day and tags every day.
Yeah.
I piece when I have like a black book in front of me or a lot of colors.
Yeah, you definitely need a lot of colors, man, when doing that shit like that. Yeah. Move PCN up in the spot. Welcome back home, man. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you guys too.
Southeast Los Angeles representative, right? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Southeast, coming out of Whittier side.
Who are some of the artists you growing up, man? Because the last time you came in here, you know, we're more on a whatchamacallit. We're more on the lyrical tip, you know what I mean? But this time we want to dabble more, and we brought you in because we want to dabble more in the art side of it, and we're not going to use the other word, the art side of it. So who are some of the artists growing up in the Southeast where you saw growing up that influenced what you do?
Well, straight off the bat, if you came from Whittier, you saw SKA, you saw UTI. Those are for sure the two crews. Oh, and then I saw a lot of PVS.
Yeah.
But when I saw SKA, UTI, PVS out and like Whittier, La Habra, La Mirada, Pico, Marbella, that shit was amazing, man. Before I even understood what graffiti was, I was like, how the fuck are they doing that right here? How?
What got you into it? Like what?
It kind of came from punk rock. I had like punk rock homies that were just some punkers, were just hanging out. They were doing that shit, and I was always around them, but I didn't do it. My homie got me into MF Doom. Okay. I was in fucking kind of a rich kind-ish school in Whittier, and I just met a bunch of graffiti writers, and I hated that school because I was from Whittier High. Yeah. I got sent out to that school, and I just met a bunch of writers, and from then I just got hooked, and I failed. My 10th grade year, I had F's straight across the board because I was learning how to tag and shit. Trying to be like these dudes.
So who started PCN?
I gotta say it was my man Bogus, my man Obese, Supa, then it comes me. We all talked about it, but those guys, the aforementioned, were the ones who like popped it off.
And what year are we talking about?
We talking 09. Early 09, January 09. 2008, we had the idea, but we were all on other crews. We all left them. I left them to come make my own shit.
So peep it out. We're gonna keep it real. And anybody that's heard interviews here, we know we fucking switch it up and like it's not your regular interview, man. But we're talking off the air, man.
Yeah.
On what's good and what's bad with Graph.
Yeah.
This interview is gonna progress, and this is from a cat that started like what 2006.
Yeah, like late 2006, mobbing, trying to understand that shit, trying to hit trains, not knowing that the trains are like not a flat wall, that they're spaced out.
Yeah.
It was hard, but yeah, it started 06.
Okay, 06.
Not knowing anything, just jumping in, knowing homies at school with their beefs, looking at how they live. Because like I said, I came from, music, from punk rock, from skating, skateboarding.
Yeah.
I didn't have no beef. There was no beef. I saw my homies get down. Why you fighting? Why are you drawing? Where you going? Like I saw that and I loved it. Like it was. Like
I said, I just wanted to put that out because what's good and what's bad with Graph, and that's what, so that people know who's talking. Like we could get a triple OG from 1981 that's been rocking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the perspective you have is an artist from 2006 and still willing to learn. You know what I mean? But what's good and what's bad with Graph, man?
There's a bridge. There's a gap. There's a gap we need to bridge between like the old school, the middle school, and the new school. There's a lot of shit like where I grew up. Well, when when I was coming into the game, people were reluctant, but still told me what's up. They told me the cuts. They told me where to go, where not to go, what to do, what not to do. And, you know, they may or may not cared about me, but they showed me anyways, dog, because they probably loved the game, or they wanted to look out for someone. I feel like nowadays, even my age is guilty, my generation is guilty, I'm guilty for sure. We don't teach these fools that are running around doing throw-ups that are like half-assed, not done properly. We don't teach them nothing, and that's why they're going out there, because we don't teach them nothing. We're not showing these kids nothing.
Why not? Like, for yourself, we could speak on everybody else, and I could, point fingers, and we could do all that. No one's telling the youngsters this shit and all that shit. But
it's
okay,
like,
but for
no
you,
one's fault in particular. But
why are you not teaching the youngster then? You personally?
I think there's many personal reasons, but at the same time, it's like an eye for an eye, or. My family comes before you, or I'm gonna kill you before you kill me. Like, it's a dog-eat-dog world, so we're not trying to teach some of these cats, maybe because we don't want them to come up as much as we are. There might be some selfish reasons, or there might be some, like, I don't have the time, I got a job, I don't have the time. I'm not gonna teach you, why do I gotta teach you, Like, that's how my brother and people I grew up with taught me, but I still listened to their music, I still was around there, And, like, we still all of us. I could say as a whole generation, older people than me, we learn from our OGs.
Do you think because Graf is super egotistical, the ego has a lot to do with it?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
There's ego. For sure there's ego in graffiti, because, I mean, you're painting your name for the sole purpose of being there, for the sole purpose of getting looked at. I saw this guy right here. Like, damn, there you guys again. There's everywhere. But at the same time, we gotta drop that ego, and, like, if we care about this shit, what's it gonna look like 5 years from now, 3 years from now? Shit. What's it gonna look like? If, like, other cats that said here before, like, they traveled and they saw the world. I did my own little bit of traveling, barely anything. Even in the USA, I've yet to go to Europe. I'm gonna go hopefully one day. Put it into play. But there's. The other graph scenes are fucking flourishing. They got styles in other places, like Miami's got style, San Fran's got style. As much as people from LA don't want to hear that, but they do. Oakland's got stilo, Hayward's got stilo. The Bay Area's got stilo, New York's got stilo, LA's got stilo. But besides the people that are branching out to other cities, killing other cities, the top killers. I'm not gonna say names, but
of course not. Okay, then myself
being
a Los Angeles representative, and I have to fucking play the devil's advocate that is that LA.
I love LA. I'm repping LA even out there, guys.
LA is fucking gang capital of the world. Gangsterism started out here.
Yes.
What is gangster now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's different. Would you agree with me? Let's get this point first. Would you agree with me that it's harder to do it in LA though?
It's definitely harder to do in LA.
Okay, so then we got that part of the way. So then
because you gotta worry about people other than someone in a uniform trying to get you for whatever reason they're trying to get you.
So then the gang culture. You're saying even within that there should be a standard of skill that should be upheld?
Hell yeah, there has to be, because how did we grow up? Getting in my mom's car in 2000s or the 90s, seeing like amazing shit on the same shit we painted on the same 5 freeway. How am I seeing garbage now? And back then it was skill. It was nothing but skill.
So then how about like a hot boy got to do a 2-color ghost fill?
I understand like hot spots, but I just think that at first it was about like, oh, they don't have enough time to do something dope right there. But now it's like they don't care. And that's what bugs me. And I think that's what bugs a lot of like people, not just like me, in my whatever 9 years of it being in the game. It bugs OGs, I bet too, because if it bugs me, like a middle ground, like a middle, like mid-year, like.
So then.
If it bugs me, it bugs OGs.
Where's your understanding coming from? Like you're looking at it differently than everyone else's. You know what I mean? Where does that come from?
I guess, I hate to say it, but I guess self-entitlement, just because I was out there for so many years, and I was out there, like, it's a thankless job. Like, we weren't looking for a thank you, we weren't looking for props, we weren't looking for fame, even though we were getting up. Some of us do it for the sole reason of loving that shit.
Why do you do it?
you could take a job from me, you could take anything away from me, but I could always slip back to that. As long as I got my health and I'm able and healthy enough to slide into a yard or whatever, I'm always gonna paint. Like that's just me, you know. It's hard to take someone from a healthy addiction. Like it's not a drug addiction. Like I don't, you know, people shoot up and shit.
Yeah, destructive.
I'm addicted to graffiti. I'm addicted to painting, but it's like you know, it's not that bad. Like that's what I do it. So it bugs me when I see people like, oh fuck it, I don't care, dog. I'm up there anyways. I'm there, so it's cool. It's like, no, it's not, dog, because you know, not 10 years ago we had some complicated letters in that same block, and now it's different. And now you're saying that you don't care.
So let's get into like let's say even let's say a yard.
Yeah.
Like let's just get into a yard.
We've seen throw-ups over pieces now.
Damn. And where is that? Like why though? Or what is that? Like at yards?
I think it's that gap. It's that gap. These people after like 2003, 2004, 2005, after 06, let's say all the kids from 06 on that were like younger than 19, they didn't have like, none of us taught them shit.
Okay, so none of us
taught them shit.
So we've established that there's a gap.
Yeah.
So then right now for the yards, let's I need you to tell people or younger generation right now what doesn't get hit up over or what don't you touch? Okay. And what are the rules?
Well, first and foremost, and I think this is obvious, you don't cap an OG crew. You don't cap an OG crew just because they've been there. It's established. So, you know, it's hard to say without names, but you don't cap someone that's been there 20 years in the game, someone that's been there 5 years before you. It should be like, that should be a new rule. Like, if they've been there before you, don't cap them. This is obvious, because if not, like, I knew that in 06, if I cap someone that's been there before me, I'm getting beat up as soon as I see them.
So is it so then the skill, even though, would it be considered a landmark then? We're not touching landmark graffiti.
Oh,
so then we gotta establish
kids
graffiti
touching landmarks like it's nothing.
We gotta establish graffiti
all for
landmarks.
the sake of anarchy, and I don't think they understand anarchy. They don't understand that, because that means that we can go after these fools' heads. Like, you're gonna cap someone. Like, I grew up from the sense of, even when there was a couple letters name switch, oh, this fool wants to get you, dog, because you write this name and he slightly writes this. I used to respect that, you know, like, oh, bro, I'm gonna stay away from this fool's side, because we used to fear the old school, the OGs, right? We had a little like respect, and there was a fear. I'm gonna be real, like, we all fear our OGs when we were younger, dog. Like, the ones that were active, you know, we didn't want to like get punked by them or humiliated, but that helped us learn some shit, you know what I mean? It helped me learn some shit, and I think that's what we're missing. Like, when none of us are teaching our young brothers and cousins or your homies, because like, oh, we don't got time, or fuck them, they can learn themselves, and no one taught me, so I'm not gonna teach them.
So then anyone claiming for the sake of anarchy, it's not gonna pass.
I'm a hot boy. Like, okay, well, the next challenge for me to you would be like, okay, be a hot boy with some dope shit, because I got homies that do dope shit in hot spots. And like, now what are these kids with throws gonna say? Like, you know, we gotta step it up. I think just maybe not as a whole city. There's just a lot of active. No, yeah, as a whole city, bro. I'm gonna be real. I don't know if this will be repercussions for this, but I think as LA, we're the graffiti capital. We are a graffiti capital.
Shit.
Like New York, we gotta be on point.
Straight
with
up.
some shit. Like, and there's more than just 3 crews doing it, you know. And so these crews gotta teach the people that are gonna be there in the next 3, 5 to 10 to 15 years, dog.
So then,
we can reach it.
Since we have you and we're here with Preacher Move PCN. Wow.
I don't want to preach.
Wow.
I told myself I was gonna preach, but you know, some of these dudes have to learn this shit.
Yeah. And then, once again, I want to point out that I'm known for being repetitive in the interviews, but 2000. This is a writer that started in 2006. He's talking like he's been writing since like fucking 1919.
I know.
You're the old guy, dog.
I'm not yet.
That's why I want to say.
It's a good time to start telling these fools, because someone told me and someone keeps telling me. I still got people in my ear telling me like, yo, your homie is fucking up, or yo, you fucking up. Don't do this, don't do that.
Okay, then, so let's get it. How about Murals? What's Move PCN? No website, no Instagram, nothing on that to get in contact with them. What's up with Murals? How do you feel about Murals?
How do I feel about Murals?
Murals and art. Let's say Murals and art. Street. Fuck street art.
I mean, you know, it comes with the whole. It's a gray area, but we knew what to hit. People know what to hit, and now nobody knows what to hit because now you're getting. I mean, I hate. I'm gonna give an opinion now. I'm giving an opinion out, but I hate when people say, "I don't care if this fool used to write or used to get up. I don't care. He's got a mural. That's just whack. I'm gonna go over it, or I want that spot." And now they do it. It's like, bro, that whole respect thing. Like, does respect not matter anymore, or does like all that shit not matter? Does that shit all fly? You know, some of these murals are getting zapped, getting capped, and some of those fools were old writers or something. And that's, you know. But then again, it's hard to talk to the world like that, like, because some people aren't going to care no matter what you say. Like, they're going to go after illegal is illegal, you know?
Yeah.
I can't tell someone how to do stuff illegal, but
there's still honor amongst thieves, man. There always
yes,
has to
and
be
there
honor.
should be.
Honor
there should
always
be.
should be always.
And if it's
honor
not, then it needs to be.
But will graph reflect the times that we're in, or should it reflect the times, or should we still?
It's
uphold?
reflecting the times that we're in for sure.
Ooh.
Because look, people are dying left and right. Left and right over some like not gang shit or not like family shit. People are dying for some religion or some terrorist attack or whatever, and there's a lot of ignorance in the world. We got Trump running, you know, like that's a joke. That fool said he might quit once he makes it. You know, he said that just to show around. Like, how serious is someone saying that? But you know, you got all kinds of shit.
Do you think everything now is just trolling and shit? Like trolling on like a super level and shit? Like,
yeah, there's actually troll graffiti now. Like, I'm gonna bomb this shit.
Like, dude, like I'm saying, is it a sign of the times?
I've been a troll to people. I mean, you troll people. Trolling's always gonna happen. But like you said, honor amongst thieves. Graffiti, there is rules to that shit. You know, I used to think there wasn't or whatever, but there is rules and shit, man. We gotta get our shit together.
So right now, for the last 2 minutes of this interview, I need you to tell what they need to do. We don't need anything negative.
Yeah.
But here's your shot.
It's all positive that I'm trying to show. I'm just trying to show, keep an open mind. Like, you got to do some homework. Homework always made me better. If someone trained me at a job, I got better at that job ASAP as opposed to never getting trained. So ask some questions, you know. Ask what's cool to pop, what's not cool to pop, because you might jump into a lot where that might be your last lot, bro. You might get shot right then and there. You might get eaten by a dog. You know, you don't know because you're jumping into some shit you don't know. So do your homework.
How do we bridge the gap then? How do we bridge that gap of the old? Because
tough love.
Let me finish.
Tough love.
Let me finish. Because what happens
you gotta
is
tell them they're whack now so they get better.
But see, it is what it is. The older artists aren't out there with them. Have responsibilities, and I'm gonna put it as that. Yeah. Have responsibilities, so aren't out there risking the same thing. So there's a disconnect of like they're not ever gonna meet each other. So how do we bridge that gap?
From the love of the game or the love of graffiti. I mean, we all love it. We all love it. I'm always gonna love it. I hated this shit. I've been hurt before. I've been capped in every single thing I had up for that month or something, or it got buffed. Yeah. You know. Do
you go back and patrol your spots?
Nah.
No.
Some of them nah. Some of them are into it a year later or never, and it's always fun and exciting when I do. But it's like onward and upward. I've traveled around and like gone back to that place where I traveled, and it's not there anymore, and I'm just like, fuck. You gotta just keep going. As long as you're alive and you love something, I mean, it's tough to let go. I'm not saying I have the most reason, but a lot of us got nipped in the bud. We've all gotten in trouble. We got in trouble with the law, with our parents, with everything in life. You know, some of us physically can't do it no more because of repercussions from the game.
So is it worth it? Is it worth it?
Hell yeah! If you love something, you're always gonna do it.
I want to thank you, man, for coming through.
I want to thank you guys.
And you know what I mean?
You guys are a big part. We're bridging the gap.
Bridging the gap. And then OG Husky Radio, no website, nothing to promote. But let them know what interviews they could look up on the OG Husky Radio YouTube.
Yo, if you want to do your homework,
just a couple. Give them a couple, because I know that what could they look up? Which one?
I definitely right off the top watch Chaka's, because Chaka is a legend. You gotta watch Este. You gotta watch Donor and Fucks. You gotta watch a lot of them, dude. You gotta watch a lot of them because A lot of them will teach you something that maybe people, you don't have homies. A lot of people doing graph, maybe don't have no graph homies. You gotta think about that. They have no graffiti homies. They don't have no cool homies. So ask some questions or just do your homework, because a lot of shit